All right, let's dive into a really profound idea today. What if the world you see every day is just the surface? What if there's this deeper reality, just waiting to be read, if only we knew how to look?
I mean, we all kind of do this, right? You look at a tree or your phone screen or another person, and you just assume, well, that what you see is the whole story. We take that surface-level view as the simple, direct reality of the world.
But the material we're exploring today throws a real curveball at that idea. It asks, what if that immediate, visible reality is actually just a kind of curtain? Something hiding a truth that's way more significant. What if existence itself has a secret it's trying to tell us?
So, to really get why this matters so much, especially right now, we've got to take a hard look at the world we're living in. Because honestly, it presents some pretty unique challenges to seeing anything deeply.
Think about it. Our age is just defined by this feeling of constant motion and nonstop distraction. The source we're looking at describes the ground we stand on as unstable, and the pace, well, it's relentless. Our attention is getting yanked in 1,000 different directions every single minute, and in that whirlwind, we've kind of lost the space, maybe even the habit of asking the biggest question of all, why? We are just so bogged down with the what and the how that the why just fades into the background.
Okay, so how do we find our footing in all this chaos? Well, the answer isn't about changing the world around us, but about changing how we see it. And that brings us to a whole new way of looking at things.
So, the core concept here is this idea called mana y harfi. Basically, it's a perspective where you see things not just for what they are in themselves, but for what they point to. Everything becomes a signpost, a symbol that indicates a reality way beyond itself. So its real meaning isn't in its physical shape, but in the message it's carrying.
And this quote just nails it. A thing doesn't have meaning in a vacuum, right? Think about it. A word on a page is just ink and paper until you understand what it signifies. This perspective suggests that existence works the exact same way. The whole universe is like a language, and everything in it is a word, signifying a deeper truth. This leads to a really powerful shift in mindset. We have to stop seeing the world as just a random pile of stuff and start seeing it as a curated art gallery. Seriously. Every single thing, from a distant star to a tiny little bug, it's a masterpiece on display. It's like a live broadcast for us to witness.
Okay, let's make this super concrete. Take a simple flower. When you look at it through this new lens, its incredible beauty isn't just, a random outcome of evolution. No, it's a message, and it's pointing to the source of all beauty, al-Jamil. And its perfect, intricate order, that points to a profound wisdom, al-Hakim. Even the fact that flowers keep going, generation after generation, that points to a self-sustaining power, al-Qayyum. Suddenly, the flower is speaking a whole new language.
So this new way of seeing presents us with a fundamental choice, a real fork in the road in how we approach the world. Are we going to focus on the art, or are we going to look for the artist?
Just look at this comparison here. On one side, you have what the source calls philosophy's gaze. This gaze gets kind of stuck on the object itself. It's always asking, how does it work? And it sees natural causes as the ultimate final answer. It's great for informing the mind. But then, on the other side, you've got truth's gaze. This one travels from the work to the maker. It asks that much deeper question. Why does this exist? It sees causes not as the end of the story, but as veils, as instruments. And this kind of seeing, man, it doesn't just inform you. It totally shapes who you are as a person.
And listen, this is a really important point. This perspective isn't asking you to deny science or natural laws at all. It just reframes them. Of course fire is real, and yes, it burns. But from this viewpoint, the fire itself isn't the ultimate actor. It's the instrument, the tool through which the act of burning is carried out. The cause is just a veil for the real power behind it.
Okay, I know this might all sound a little abstract, but its real power, its real magic, is in how it completely transforms our day-to-day experience of life.
Let's just break this down. From a surface view, a hardship, well, it's just bad luck, right? But with a deeper reading, it becomes a doorway to patience, a chance to connect with the healer, al-Shafi. The money you earn, it's not just the result of your hard work, it's a manifestation of the provider, al-Razak. Getting sick isn't just a biological malfunction, it's a powerful lesson in our own vulnerability. And loss, it's not just something being taken away, it's a question that forces us to look at what we're really attached to.
And don't get me wrong, the point of all this isn't to just become passive and do nothing. It's actually the complete opposite. It helps you cultivate what the source calls a responsible trust.
You still act, you still work, you still strive for things. But you're not crushed when things don't go your way. Instead of being a victim of events, you become a student of them. You're always looking for the lesson, the message, the deeper meaning.
All right, so let's bring this all home. Why is cultivating this kind of gaze so vital, especially for us, right here, right now? This quote gets right to the heart of everything we've been talking about. Truth isn't in the eye, it's in the gaze. See, it's not about seeing brand new things. It's about seeing the same old things with a completely new gaze. This isn't some theory you just memorize for a test. It's a lived awareness. It's a constant practice of reading the world around you and within you.
And this next point, man, this might be the most powerful diagnosis in the entire text. The real crisis of our scattered age isn't that we don't have the right answers. It's that we've become so incredibly distracted that we've forgotten how to even ask the right questions. You know, those deep, meaningful why questions that really make us human?
And that is why this gaze is so incredibly powerful. Because by seeing the world as this grand exhibition of meaning, we do something amazing. We restore those essential, life-shaping questions right back to the center of our awareness. This is how we re-enchant the world and our place inside it. So we'll leave you with this final, really thought-provoking idea from the source. The goal of this whole journey, it isn't about finding a clever answer for every single question. It's about reaching a state of alignment with truth, where that frantic, anxious need for answers just dissolves. It gets replaced by this deep, serene understanding. It's a kind of peace that comes not from knowing everything, but from finally seeing everything in its right place.